What's goody? Hey man, so the Lakers literally, as I'm speaking like 5 minutes ago, just made a trade to send D'Angelo Russell to the Nets for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton. And this isn't the trade that I was really going to make a video on just because it is kind of a smaller trade. But since the Lakers are a team that are in so many trade rumors and that have, not just because there are so many trade rumors, but also because I believe this is a small part of what will eventually be a bigger deal. Um, I'm gonna make a video on this, and before I start, I'm gonna tell you right now, I sound a little congested and everything like that, I'm sure, and the reason for that is that I have a cold. I'm a little congested, it's a little annoying, whatever, but like, yeah, that's why I sound weird. So if you're seeing me cough more, blow my nose and everything like that in this video, just know it's just a little cold. The weather's changing, everything like that. But this is a move that for the Lakers, I kind of like. The one worry with me is now you don't have that D'Angelo Russell contract to go out there if you did want to make a bigger move come like the trade deadline. Like maybe you wanted to go get a Zach LaVine or you wanted to go get one of these guys that's going to be available. Maybe you still wanted to try to see what was up with like the Walker Kessler deal with Utah and everything like that. And now, without that, you probably aren't going to have the money to do some of those deals that you might have thought about being able to do because D'Angelo Russell's contract was a pretty decent contract. And Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton aren't going to be available before that before that February 15th deadline because that's not 60 days from now. Like the Warriors have the ability to do that with Dennis Schroeder. They have the ability to trade him before the trade deadline because the 60-day thing will be out. But I don't think the Lakers will have that same luxury. But I'm not mad at this move because the Lakers picked up a big win over the Kings last night. The Kings are they're on a 6-game losing streak. Like they're a dumpster fire right now. The Kings have a whole bunch of troubles. But like the Lakers are a team that I think we all know needed shooting, and another thing that they also needed was just more guard play. Austin Reeves has been phenomenal in the last 2 games, and just phenomenal recently. He's been doing a great job and everything like that, being basically the lead guard, him and LeBron basically. But they still needed more of that guard play, which they do get with Shake Milton, a guy that's going to come off the bench. He's shooting better this year than he has for the average of his career. He's shooting about 38. He's shooting about 39% from deep this year, and then Dorian Finney-Smith is even higher. I think Dorian Finney-Smith is at like 41, 42% from three this year. So they added not only some much needed guard play, but some much needed shooting. We know that JJ Redick and every team in the league, every coach in the league is talking about how like the 3-point equation and everything like that. You got to be able to get 3-pointers up and make them at an efficient clip, and then you also got to be able to stop other teams from hitting those threes. The Lakers haven't been great at either one. This does add a lot of much needed shooting to the team, and I like this. The only problem I have with I don't really necessarily think I have any problems with this trade because I think the Lakers are an organization that has tried to go for the home run a little too much, and because of that, they've missed out on doing some of the smaller deals for role players that are kind of the guys that you need on a championship level team. And I think this is one of those moves where like you get the role players that could really help on the role players that help raise the ceiling of a team that's already good, like a team that's already contending. Not saying the Lakers were contending, but I'm saying that's like what these type of role players do. So I like this move for the Lakers. And then for the Nets, I don't know what they're going to do with D'Angelo Russell. Maybe they look to trade him again if possible. Maybe they just look to buy him out. I have no idea. He's injured right now. I don't think he played last night against the Kings. I didn't watch that game, but I don't believe he played last night against the Kings. But even if he did, it's whatever. He's injured. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? We know the Nets are trying to lose. D'Angelo Russell doesn't go, like, this is his second stint in Brooklyn. We know what he was last time he was in Brooklyn. He was an all-star, but it's like, he doesn't go to Brooklyn and just make this team better. He doesn't go to Brooklyn and make this team so good that now you're worried that you're not going to get a high enough pick, which the Brooklyn Nets should already kind of be worried about with how good their start to the season was. But, like, I'm not mad at this move for either team. I kind of like it for both teams, to be honest with you, because I just kind of... I kind of just want to. I wanted to see the Lakers do something. The Lakers needed to do something, and I see a lot of people are just like hating on this move, and I just think that's because a lot of people don't watch basketball and don't know like what Dorian Finney-Smith does and what Shake Milton does. Like I saw people saying that this trade was interesting, but that they didn't add shooting. What does Dorian Finney-Smith do then? What is it if he doesn't add shooting? What does he do? Like I just don't. I don't get it personally, what people are talking about. This is one of those things where I think people just have opinions about basketball without actually watching the sport sometimes. I do want to see if the Lakers try to go out there and try to get another piece because I don't think that this team moves them, catapults them up into the Western Conference into a tier that they weren't in, into that contending tier or anything like that. I don't think this puts them in that area. I think it helps them improve. I do think it helps them get better. We'll see. Hopefully that they don't struggle with LA the way that Dennis Schroeder has struggled with Golden State. Like Dennis Schroeder was averaging I think 18 or 19 in Brooklyn, and then he goes to Golden State. Now he's averaging like 8 points, can't hit a three to save his life. Like he's just not doing great. I know they beat the Suns last night. Steph Curry had that phenomenal move. I don't know what Dennis Schroeder had, but Anyways, my point is, hopefully they don't fall off like we see a lot of players do when they get to not only bigger markets, but when you get to play with LeBron. For some reason, people that could shoot, or that were good players just randomly become ass. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Um, but yeah, man, D'Angelo Russell was a guy that like pretty much every time I watched the Lakers and D'Angelo Russell was playing, I was underwhelmed by what he was doing. I was like, he just seems like he needs to go. He seems like an odd man out. And they needed to get some value for him. I don't know if this was necessarily the best value you could have got for D'Angelo Russell, but like this isn't. It's not like we're not about to sit here and act like D'Angelo Russell was just some great player that you could have got a whole bunch of first round picks for. I'm a fan of the Lakers getting a guy like DFS and getting a guy like Shake Milton. And I'm a fan of this for the Nets. They get rid of two guys who are good rotational pieces for them, who are playing pretty well for them this season, and they get a guy that they might buy out that hasn't done anything great this season, and you know what I'm saying, that's not expected to do anything great for the rest of the season. Like I said, I'm interested to see if the Lakers do anything else. I want to see if they still try to go after a guy like Zach LaVine, if they still try to scrape some contracts together and everything like that. I don't know what the finances and everything are, or what like that, if these guys will be available again before deadline, or if it's like impossible. I don't know yet. Literally, this trade just happened, so we'll see. I'll keep my eye on Twitter and everything like that. We'll see what happens. But if I had to grade this trade, I'd say for the Lakers, this is just a solid B plus trade. Like this is a solid trade for two role players, and if I had to give this a grade for the Nets, I'd say. It depends what they do with D'Angelo Russell, but for now, I'll say a B. I like this a little more for the Lakers just because I think it does a little more for the Lakers than it does for the Nets, but I'm not mad at this move for either team. I'm interested to see what both teams are going to do next, but there's just a lot of things going on in the NBA right now. A lot of the focus has been on the Kings and the way that they fire Mike Brown and the way that they're a dumpster fire, and like will De'Aaron Fox be available come the trade deadline and everything like that. So there's a lot of focus on them right now. But I like the Lakers doing this little move. We'll probably see those guys play. The Lakers don't play tonight. I think they play Monday. If not, they play Tuesday. So we'll see those guys probably in Laker uniform within the next few days. Hopefully, like I said, they don't drop off a cliff. All right, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know what y'all want to see. Let me know y'all thoughts on this trade. And yeah, man, the NBA season is a whole lot of basketball left and a whole lot more trades that I'm hoping we see come towards as we get closer and closer towards that trade deadline and towards that January, I think 15th deadline and everything like that. So yeah, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, thank you.